Hello, everybody, and welcome to another daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Sunday, as usual, we are here in our normal place at 9 o'clock. I hope everyone is doing a-okay, and I hope we don't get any goddamn sound issues this evening like we have had the last couple of weeks. It has been a little bit of a, pain in the arse. I hope everyone has had a great weekend. I'm glad to see you all here. Start off by saying a couple of quick hellos to everybody at the top of the list. Morning Glory, hello. Dirty Faces, Lord Jim Dandy, Chris Dempsey. Good evening. Hey, it's an interesting one. Good evening, Andy. What's going on with insurance companies? It's in the news that everyone's premiums are doubling in cost. Have you been told this? I have read little rumours about it here and there. I'm not looking forward to when my insurance renews at the end of next year. Well, beginning of next year, the end of the period. It's a very, very bad, very, very difficult time for drivers right now. And as Mark and Janice said, hello to you, by the way, a multiple prong attack on motorists everywhere. Richie reports, hello to you. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Who else have we got? Kay Mackay, good to see you. Hello. Hope you're well. Stink Pooter. Ryan, hello. Good morning. Moderators reporting to duty in Andy's army. There's Blood Nose from across the pond. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. I still love that video you did with Russ and Ryan the other week. That was brilliant. Nigel the Handyman's in the house. Good to see you. Nick, is it Hudspeth? Hello to you. Good to see you. Super Robert Willis. Factual Breakdown, my friend. Hello. Good to see you. Jody. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's here. Talking of war on motorists, I've had a T-shirt done for me by somebody, a friend of the channel. I don't know if you can see that. It says, "What grinds my gears?" or "What really grinds my gears?" And then when you look over the other side, he really grinds my gears. And I'm thinking about it there. Couldn't help getting that out tonight. Had to be done. If you're just joining us, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. That's really important. It helps the channel grow, helps the algorithm push this chat out to everybody, and very much appreciate the support. I can't believe how mad it is all going. It really is going mad. I'll tell you the other T-shirt that was done for me as well. Alan Arnold. As soon as the cameras go up, we should take them down. That's simple. Well, I think that is, generally happening. There's a video I bring out tomorrow where somebody, I don't know whether it's an organization or something like that, they've actually put a website up where they document the location of all known cameras. So if people want to try and circumnavigate a route through them all to avoid paying the fine or paying the charge or paying the car tax, that's up to them. Hello, Rafi. Good to see you. Mick Hardstaff as well. Yeah, this is the other one. It was kind of a mashup between Only Fools and Horses, my airport business, and little old me across the top. Somebody done those two for me. I thought they were very kind. And there's a couple of mugs in the box somewhere. I haven't dug them out yet either, but quite the laugh. I don't know whether I like the Grinds My Gears one, but that's a bit personal because there's two of me, or I might do that one instead. I'll tell you what. Wait right there. We'll do that one instead. The Only Fools mashup. I like that one a hell of a lot better. It hasn't got Sadiq Khan's face on it for starters. Sanity checkers, do you think we will reach a point where we will self-govern? I think we're reaching a point, Ryan, where we're getting a bit peed off with those that do, aren't we? I don't know whether it's citizen assemblies or whatever it is. London, Paris, Margate, Lord Jimmy. Yeah, what's it say? Let's have a look. Can't get the bloody camera angle right. I think it's Kenya, Congo, Kent, or something like that. No, David, I haven't been kidnapped. I'm right back, and I'm back with Del Boy Trotter and the Reliant Robin. Has to be done. We're talking about cars and everything. And Chris Dempsey, grind my gears. Saying right there, brilliant. I'm going to put that back in its packet where it belongs. Yeah, I put an advert on the community page. I've got a bloody great box of cups and T-shirts next to me. And if anyone would like one, then please get in contact with me privately and I can get one posted out to you. I shifted a couple. Those are the cups. So, again, someone was kind enough to do all these for me. I'm not looking to make anything off of them. It's just people were asking and they were kind enough to do them. So, I'll leave that there. That's a little plug on that. What's this? Michael, hello. My friend is a taxi driver and has a hybrid Prius. 200,000 miles. Bloody hell. And only a number plate bulb. What car do you drive? I drive a Ford Tornado, Michael. 9-seater vehicle. So I could take little old me and up to 8 passengers. Graham the Baron is in the house. Hello, Graham. I hope you're well and everything's proceeding and you're feeling okay with treatment and everything. All the best to you too. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, I don't know what everyone's been up to this weekend, but we just down the road we've got Dreamland. I suppose people would have known it as Ben Bon Brothers back in the day, and they've got a hell of a lot of artists in there. I think we've got UB40 coming in there soon, and there's been Tom Jones and various others. And Ollie Murs played this weekend. It was Friday night, and my wife bought tickets for me and the family to go down there and see what all that was about. And it was a fairly good evening, actually. I'll show you a couple of things here. Yeah, that was the stage. And you can see Ollie, I think he's on the left over there, so crammed in. I've never been to like concert venues like that before, where you're like crammed in like sardines. But it was a good night and an excellent show. And there's little old me standing there, looking all what the hell's going on. That was Friday night, and it was pretty good. I've got a little bit of video footage as well. I can only play a very small, minuscule amount, though, because of copyright reasons, just in case I get stomped on. So, as you can see, it was a very good, lively night. And he did a set on there. It was about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half, and there was a warm-up act before that as well. But really, really, really great night. And they had the rides going and everything else too. Reform BBC, good to see you in the house. Hope you're well, my friend. Thank you for coming along. What's this? Kay, Thunder and Lightning here all day yesterday, stayed in all day, saw a few fire engines go by. Can only imagine why. Yeah, there's been a few lately, hasn't there? I've been sent a thing on Twitter to do with Mr. Khan, the guy that really grinds my gears. You know, the T-shirt I had here before. There was an article in the Mail on Sunday that came out, and it was to do with Paper Mile, the Paper Mile scheme. And Sadiq Khan straight away come out and said, this is nonsense. It's not on my agenda. Well, I'll give you a little preview of what's coming out tomorrow. I've done a video, and this is the thumbnail, Lies Exposed, about the Khan tax. That's what's going to come out at 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, he's turned around and said that they're not talking about pay per mile, not one little bit. And I beg to differ, basically. There is a document that is freely available on the TfL website. And on page 32 of that document, it contains this. It's basically a projection of everything that they're going to get up to over the next few years. Now, approach 1 and 2 have already happened, or they're due to happen by the end of this month. Now, if you go through and look at approach 4, a new charging mechanism based on distance travelled and other factors which could integrate existing proposed schemes, including environmental RUC schemes, in a single, simple, fair way. Now, what they're talking about there is a pay-per-mile scheme, and the rest of the documentation actually leans towards that. And this is where it's all heading. It's engineered to go that way. It's Tom says he said he hired an engineer to look at pay-per-mile by 2030. There's actually a thing called Project 2030. It's Tom, and they got a website up, and it details in very large amounts of information what they're actually going to be doing. And they actively want to employ people. They want to employ engineers, technical experts, and there's very much the idea of nudging people and nudging their behavior towards an area where they want to get on the bus, they want to cycle, and they want to walk rather than take a car. And the whole thing is keyed towards pushing people out of these areas. Now, I'll try and find if I can put it into the stream. I didn't actually upload it at first, so I might not have it, but let's see if I can find it. Bear with me 2 seconds there. Yes, here we go. Now, this is what the fuss is about. Just get this into the stream. Yeah, secret Labour plan to charge drivers by the mile. And you can see Sadiq has said this is nonsense. Let me be crystal clear. A pay-per-mile scheme is not on the table and not on my agenda. Well, if it's not on your agenda, Mr. Mayor, why is it on your Transport for London website? That's what I would like to know. And I think that's what an awful lot of other people would like to know as well. And I go through that in more detail at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And that video's up and it's premiered to be released first thing in the morning. There's 3 others that come out as well. So that's great. See lots of people in the chat. Welcome to everybody that's just joined us. Andy the Gabby Cabby on a Sunday night. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so already. And make sure you're subscribed if you're visiting for the first time. We are closing in on, I think, 51,500 subscribers. And since we've hit 50,000, it's just gone crazy. Absolutely nuts. The views have gone up, the subscribers have gone up, everything's gone up. I can't believe it. No, I very much thank you all and appreciate you for all of that. Little Kitty says, factual breakdown. There she is. You were asking after her earlier. I missed a lot of Andy's live streams, as never get any notifications. Yeah, Ryan has this problem as well, Sanity Checkers. If you're not subscribed to Sanity Checkers, go over there and subscribe to him. He's got problems with his channel at the moment where the subscribers seem to have plateaued, and also people aren't getting notifications, it seems, with his videos. And I think the more you do and the more successful you are on here, the more it stuffs about with you and doesn't let everybody know. So it's a question of learning the routine of the creator. I mean, me religiously, I'm 4 videos a day, 5 days a week, come out 8 o'clock in the morning onwards and alive on Sunday. If you know where and when the person's going to be, you're more liable to catch them. But always check that you're subscribed, always check the bell icon is pushed, and always check everything else is done, and you should be okay. So let's have a look at some of these comments. Terry, what about the people who live in rural areas that have got to drive? The bus service is quite rubbish. Yeah, he's talking about this bloody circular bus service, isn't he? That's going to go round everywhere, and it really ain't much cop. I don't think. And people in rural areas out of London, they're going to suffer with it. They really are going to suffer with it, and they want to push this through. They want to push this through, and they don't have the transport infrastructure that other cities have got. I hear they're putting trams in other cities. They really want to push this. Sanity checkers, there you go. I've had several people say not getting notified. I think it's just a thing all over to do with YouTube. I really do. David L, it's not that overwhelming. I did see you. I've just realised the chat has got overwhelming. Cheers, Andy. If you can read this, I read it and hope you're well. Thank you for your input as always. There we go. Khan said he wouldn't expand ULEZ when he rolled it out in inner London. Now look where we are. I'm sure he wants to introduce paper mail at some point. That's where it's all heading. You read everything. You do your homework on it. That's where it's all heading. The thing with these government websites and TfL and everybody else, they give you a public-facing thing with a little bit of pretty stuff to read, and then they just screw you over behind your back, and you've got everything in the background that you need to go digging for. For example, and I have showed this one many times. I'll just pull this up on the screen. Share screen. Yeah, C40 Cities Group. Now this is a collection of cities for Europe, the Americas, Asia, London, and what they want to do is screw the cars. They want the cars gone. No two ways about it. And if I go to who we are, leadership, the chairperson of the C40 Cities Group happens to be Mayor Khan. So you can see where the motivation for all this is coming. And if you drill down to further information on that website, what you'll find is under the list of funders for that website, you have got our own British government are contributing to this. And there's a lot of talk on social media at the moment where they're going, the Conservatives are to blame, and then other people are going, Labour are to blame, and other people are saying, well, Boris Johnson started it. No, it's Ken Livingstone. They're going backward and forward and backward and forward. But if you look, they've all had an equal hand in it somewhere. It's all intertwined. It's a mess. What's this one? Factual breakdown. My friend told me that the utility company she works for, which is French owned, wants to switch all of their trucks to EVs. That's hilarious. They can't get there on time with gas trucks. Oh, don't. I saw an EV the other day that had broken down that was getting a lift on the back of a diesel truck, getting out there. Will all this stuff, if new Mayor of London come in, still remain in place? Well, this is what I find very interesting. This is a question of, can you trust a potential predecessor to follow through with what they say? I mean, you've got the Conservative candidate for the Mayor of London says they're going to scrap the extension. You've got Howard Cox saying he's going to scrap all of it. Now, they all have good intentions, granted, but are they able to do what they say they're going to do? I mean, I interviewed Howard Cox on here, and I spoke to him off camera quite lengthily, and I happen to very much like the guy, and I hope he gets in, and I do believe that he does want to do what he says he does. I just hope he's able to if he gets in. But like anything, he's also got the system of voting in this country against him too, and it's a very difficult mountain to climb. I can't understand how Mr. K got in the last time. I really can't. Khan's been caught speeding. ULEZ cameras. Yes, there is that picture, isn't there, doing the rounds where he's up the ladder nicking them himself. That is very funny. This is the chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby on a Sunday. We're just having a chinwag. Welcome to everybody. Hope you're well. And little old me, if you haven't done so already, hit the like. And if you've just joined us and haven't done so before, please consider subscribing to keep up to date with everything that goes on here. And really appreciate it. We do these lives, or I keep saying the royal we. It's me. Well, it's we as in me and you. But, you know, I do these or try and do them every single Sunday so I can come and interact and have a natter with you. It's important. Very important. Irvine 70, Howard Cox is for the motorist. I completely and utterly agree with you, Irvine 70. Totally, absolutely. I mean, he's been working on behalf of the motorists for years with fuel and everything else. Have you seen Mr. Khan? Hi, Steve, by the way. Have you seen Mr. Khan's C40 Cities website? Worth looking at the future of human consumption report and their goals for up to 2030. I literally just flashed the C40 Cities website up on the screen. I'll have a look at that off camera, and maybe we can bring that up for another time, because it's not only the cars, it's not only you know, the transport infrastructure, it's literally every part of our life. What we eat, what we drink, what we wear, where we go. They want to get in everything, and it's all intertwined with weffers and hooies and all sorts of stuff. It's nuts. It really is nuts. There we go. Steve has put the article there. I don't know whether I can grab the text. Right. Yeah, but that's there for anyone that wants to have a look. I'm going to come to that off camera, Steve. I think it'll be best. Otherwise, I'll be too busy trying to find the damn thing. Andy, who do you think will win the next general election? I don't think that any of the people that we hope will win, i.e. Reform or anything like that, is going to get enough seats to make any difference, purely because of the way the voting system in this country is keyed towards those in the establishment. I think it will be one of the big two as usual, or I think it will be a hung parliament. But the problem is, if it's a hung parliament, you look what happened in 2010. We ended up with the coalition of disaster, Conservatives and Lib Dems. And I remember David Cameron stood there and said, it's what we wanted. No, it wasn't what we wanted. We were signalling we didn't want any of you. Gary Diggins, thank you very much for the 199 super chat. Very much appreciate it. And Factual Breakdown has been a member of the channel for 25 months. Here's to 52,200 subscribers. Oh, we're probably not far off. Not far off. I'd vote for the Heritage Party. Liberals. Yeah, you got that right. Factual Breakdown, thank you very much for the $20 super chat. A pint for you from Shannon Lee. Very much appreciated. And I will have that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Yeah, the voting system in this country sucks. It's a disaster. That's why we've got first past the post, because it works for those in the establishment. And how do you change it? There's been referendums and all sorts of things over the years, and we're stuck with it. When you get a chance, watch the video I sent you. It's the Who telling you what they're going to do to us, including taking away our free speech, if other things. There are ways, aren't there? There are ways and means of getting your point across. I mean, going back to voting for a second, give me a 1 in the chat if you intend to vote, or a 2 if you don't. And there's a very specific reason I ask this. 1 if you're going to vote, 2 if you're not. No, I want to get a 222. Voting doesn't make a difference. Never have. Never will. Twos. Bit of a mixture there. Twos and ones. Can't be asked voting. A lot of people feel like that. A lot of people feel like that. Got 2, 1. Michael Bolton, 2. John Day, 2. 2, 1. Yeah, there's a mixed bag, isn't there? A mixed bag. Well, I'll let you into a secret. I didn't vote last time because I was completely discontented with all of them. And, I thought, what are we actually voting for? Monty Mole, I've heard that one before, and you're damn right. If voting made a difference, they would not let us do it. Somebody sent me an email with a very valid point. Rather than not vote and not turn out and not be counted, how about going there and spoil your paper and say, not in my name? What if everyone in the country did that? What a powerful thing that would be. Not in my name. You're removing their consent to govern. Have you thought about it like that? I'm probably going to go and do just that next time. I didn't vote because I don't trust the establishment, but it's a case of not in my name. Now, I remember a local election I went to once and went to vote, and there was no one on there I wanted to vote for. I think there was Labour, and that was about it. And a couple of out of the way parties, which I never heard of. So, what was the point? What was the point? Big Eddie, 38. Thank you very much for the £5 super chat. If someone clones your number plate, drives into you, Les, and you get the fine, what can you do? You know, my old man had this in Brighton, of all places. It wasn't London. And they wrote to him with a fixed penalty notice saying he'd driven in a zone he shouldn't have done. And my old man's a retired police officer, by the way. And he argued and argued and argued, and they wouldn't have any of it. And he said, well, look, I've not been to Brighton for 50 years. And even then, I just drove through the place. It's not somewhere I've gone. And they still wouldn't have any of it. And in the end, he called their bluff. He said, take me to court. Take me to court. Let's deal with it there. They backed off then, backed down. And I think really you've got to prove your whereabouts at the time, haven't you? It's all down to where the car was, where you was, who was driving. I can see this being a nightmare, to be honest with you. And I can see people disfiguring their number plates. We've had it already. Fuck you, Les. That's one that's been on number plates very much. But yeah, it's going to be a big problem. As the T-shirt says, what grinds my gears? And unfortunately, that does. Let's have a look at some of the other comments. A couple of people are talking about Trump. Did you see that mugshot where he turned himself into the police station to have the mugshot done? Now, only Trump could turn a mugshot into an advert, and boy, did he look pissed, as the Americans say. I don't know what people think of this. I know there's a couple of Trump fans in there. Factual breakdown. I have family in Brighton that I worry a great deal about, but they are uber libs, the opposite of me. Oh, God, yeah, that is. Morris's monkey, great mugshot. David L, mugshot of the century. President Trump is pissed. He has every reason to be. Oh, yeah, you could see it on his face. He looked mean. Has anyone seen that that thing with Tucker Smallwood he did? I only watched a few minutes of it, but I've got to catch the rest of it. I don't know if anyone's seen it. Lorraine, I think Mr. Trump is ill, Lucinda says. I'll tell you what, he's no spring chicken, is he? And the amount of stress he must be under, no matter which way you put it, it's yeah. Biden's gone. It's cruel to let him go on. Yeah, I mean, he's falling asleep and mispronouncing and missaying things and wandering around and all sorts, isn't he? It's not great. David L says it was an amazing interview. Yeah, I'm going to try and catch it tonight. I just haven't had a chance to, you know, sit down and go through it properly yet. Mark and Janice, he looks and sounds better than Biden. Well, let's face it, that's not hard, is it? Really, not hard at all. Trump, part of the system. Way of looking at it. Jody, Trump is selling his mugshot and bumper stickers. You can see it, can't you? You can see it, absolutely. Factual breakdown, I agree, it's elder abuse. I just want him to go away, go in a home and get care. Wish him no ill will, but he was injected, not elected. Yeah, I think that the establishment was so adamant that Trump was not going to have another go and not going to get in again, that they're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at him to make that happen. That's what I believe. That's my belief in it. And we'll have to see how it pans out. Like our own general election, it's not going to be very long, is it? Not very long at all. Very interesting times for both countries, I'm sure. Look at the streets of America, all because of Biden and Maya Kuris, David L says. Mark and Janice, remember Biden is a few years younger than Trump. Oh, okay. I knew they were similar age. But yeah, I thought it was the other way around. I've actually got a friend of mine in New York at the moment. Let's see if I can find a couple of things. Here he is. He sent me a wonderful picture from his hotel. That's Grand Central Station. Took a picture from in there. And beautiful building. That's another one. I think that's the Empire State Building, isn't it? I mean, Factual Breakdown will know this is your home turf, isn't it? And now I thought that was beautiful. Quite blue skies. He took that from, I think, his hotel room in an apartment block up pretty high. He's over there for a couple of weeks, I think. Nice bit of nighttime scenery as well. All pictures taken from my friend over there. I will try and get over there one day. That is a definite. That's another one there. Skyscrapers everywhere. He's having a good time. Johnny Smart. When you think what they're putting Trump through, and over here we moan when our Prime Minister has cake. Absolutely. It's crazy, isn't it, the way it's going? The Trump business is like medieval England. Without the torture chamber lies persecution and incarceration of your opposition. Yeah. You couldn't pay me to go back to New York City. Yes, Andy, I've been to every inch from Ground Zero, bordering Brooklyn, all the way to the Upper East Side, next to Trump Tower and Central Park. Yeah, I want to go over there one day, because it's a place that's always piqued my interest, and just to say I've done it. Yeah, so I can nip over there. But America, I picked some people up within the last week who had a holiday in Florida. They were over there for a month. They rented a villa out and did Disneyland and the Space Center and all the rest of it. So expensive. They said it absolutely cleared them out this time. So they'll probably be going to Spain or something next time. I think myself, my wife, and the kids are going to nip off to something like the Canaries or Spain or something like that at the beginning of next year when the business is quiet. I haven't had a holiday in such a long time. It'd be nice to get away. But, so expensive, Andy. That's blood nose. Yeah, I can imagine. Place, I've been a space buff all my life, all the early Apollo and Gemini and everything else, but yeah, it's probably not very affordable anymore. Not very affordable. Factual breakdown. I'm going to Disney World at the end of December, Andy. Okay. Is that a long trip for you from where you are? My geography of your area is a little bit amiss. Just checking the starred chats. No, I haven't missed anything there. That's great. Yeah, this is the Sunday chat with the Gabby Cabby, Andy. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. Let's get the algorithm cooking. We've got just over 200 people in the house at the moment. So welcome to all of you. If you're new, make sure you hit all the right buttons so you keep being, up to date with the content I release every day. 4 videos a day, 5 days a week from 8 o'clock in the morning. And we do the live chat on Sunday. The last few weeks, it's just been a natter. A bit of a chinwag with you all. But every now and again, I do something a bit more structured and we go through something. Andy, do you think we are witnessing the collapse of the West? John Harris says. I'm the eternal optimist. I hope we aren't. But we're throwing so much money where we shouldn't be and letting our own people go to rack and ruin and sowing discontent and everything else. And there's lots of underlying schemes and motives going on. I fear you may well be correct, and it's my kids I fear for. And you've got to ask the question as well: whose mess is it to clear up? Is it theirs or ours? It's we're heading into choppy waters, definitely. Factual breakdown: not long even by car, Andy, and we're driving down with the dogs. Shannon Lee's boyfriend's parents invited us to holiday with them. Oh, okay, wonderful. So you're going to be there for the Christmas time, are you? Being December. I know you obviously have Thanksgiving before, don't you? Congrats on the channel success, Billy No Mates. Thank you very much, Billy. Very much appreciate it. And, I can't do this without all of you. All the while you're communicating, all the while you're commenting, watching, and making it what it is. I keep coming back and putting more stuff in front of you. That's what it's all about. I started this thing in this garage a couple of years back and never for one second thought that we would have the situation we have now, where we've got as many subscribers as we have and doing as well as we have. I'm so humbled, and I've made some good friends. I've got some good help on the channel in the background, and it's great. It's great. Mark and Janice, Andy, please tell us you're not working tonight. Well, guess what? I worked last night, and I'm working tomorrow night. I've actually had all day today off, and I've got all day tomorrow off until about 9 o'clock in the evening. I'll have to head up to Gatwick again, so that's all right. Factual breakdown. I remember when you didn't have 80 subs, Andy. Christ, that sounds like it's like a lifetime ago. That is a lifetime ago. It just shows how long you have been with me. Somebody said, Andy, what do you think of Cycling Mikey? I haven't followed a lot, but I know who he is and what he was up to. There are standards of driving with or riding with transportation, be it bikes, cars, or anything, that are very, very questionable. But to go up to somebody in a car or something and stick a camera in their face and tell them they're no good, how would you react? I think he had good intentions, but I think he's probably caused himself a few problems. That's all I can say based on the very little knowledge of, I have of him. Not someone I followed, although I knew what he was up to. Carl, what's this? I have had letters off British Gas inviting themselves to my house on the 6th of September to fit a smart meter. If I'm not home, they will fine me 30 quid. I've not heard that one before. You've had a letter, have you? I mean, is it something, obviously redacted, but is it something you can send me and I'll expose it for what it's worth? That has got to be. No. I mean, if it was me, I'd make sure I wasn't in, or if I was in, I wouldn't answer the door and dare them to try it. They're trying everything now. I mean, that is damn right blackmail. Have a smart meter, or we're going to fine you. I mean, I'm up to the your old electricity meter is not fit for requirements anymore and needs to be replaced. I've had that one, but never 30 quid fine. I told them I want a normal meter, and they refused to give me one. So they're really trying hard. It's all to do with government quotas. I received an email from somebody, and I've yet to read it out or do a video on it, but they said they had someone coming round to actually install the smart meter. And he turned around and said, don't want a smart meter. And they relented and said they have to put that in, but they can do it in such a way where it's not smart. It's just a meter. So I think they went with that compromise. But me, I'd tell them to do one. I seriously would. Bridget, I was going to get cut off if I didn't get a smart meter. Were you? They are really trying it on. Who are you with, Bridget? I hope you're well as well, by the way. Reform BBC, yes, 100k next, Andy, to Hanging Garage or Silver Plaque. Hope you make room for it. All here to help you get there. You're great community people. Thank you, Reform BBC. That means a lot. I appreciate it. And yeah, we are really motoring. I don't know if I showed you this. I probably did. I received a cardboard box in the post, well, literally a week ago. And it said, don't open this until you got 50,000 subscribers. And that was in there, a little trophy. And it said, Andy the Gabby Cabby, 50,000 subscribers. Well done. And it was a little engraved thing there. I thought that was a really nice, sweet touch. I appreciated that. And then you got the silver play button. And then I think the next one is 1 million subscribers. I think that's a gold play button or something like that. But, really nice touches. My friend, Funky Prepper, has just got his silver play button. He bought that out and showed it off the other day. And I thought that was a nice touch. But he's very modest. He didn't want to get it out at first. He just put it there because people were asking to see it. So, nice. Here we are. K. I had the same threat in 2019. I told them if they didn't show, I'd charge them double. They didn't show. I wrote, they ignored. I sued. I won. Nice one. I like stories like that. I love sticking it to the man. I mean, I'm in a little bit of legal trouble at the moment. It's not too serious. No, I'm sure I can sort it out. But I've got a private parking company who have filed a claim against me because apparently in 2018, I parked on a petrol forecourt in a space that I shouldn't have parked in. But the problem is I never parked at all. I drove in, saw there was nowhere to park, and I drove out. And they got a camera picture on ANPR of my vehicle leaving, just a still shot of me leaving, and that's it. And they're trying to get me on that basis. But I've got a few salvos up my arm to fire at them yet. And we'll see what happens with that. But I'll let you know. Andy the Gabby Cabby, isn't it part of YouTube's terms and conditions that you have to display the silver gold plaque? You know, Gary, I ain't got a clue. When I get one, I'll find out, and if it is, I'll have it on display anyway because I'll be proud of it. Well done, Bridget. At 302 subs, you're climbing. Yeah, you'll get there as well, definitely. I mean, we're all doing great. There are lots of little channels out there with anything from a few hundred to a few thousand subscribers that always need a little bit of a boost up. You've got Bridget, you've got Russ, absolutely average. I don't think he's feeling too well at the moment. I've had a little bit of communication with him by phone and WhatsApp and everything. He needs a boost. There's Ryan, Sanity Checkers, Retro on his bikes. He made me laugh the other day he did a video with my name in it, all to do with a Just Love oil t-shirt. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. So, he could do with some support as well. And there's loads of, smaller channels out there. Frugal Stew is another one. I had him on here for a chat. And it's all great. That's how we get on. We support each other, and hopefully some of the larger ones can pull some of the bigger ones up. Somebody's just said hi, Jean. Is that my mum sneaking in the back door without me looking? Oh yes, there she is. Everyone, this is my mum, Jean Whitehead, Avon representative. Hello, mother. Good to see you. Much love to Absolutely Average. Yes, absolutely. I mean, he's a great fella. He is. I've got to try and see him again because you're Absolutely Average only lives a stone's throw from Gatwick Airport, really. Well, a little bit more than a stone's throw, but he can get there very easily. And we've met up and had breakfast a couple of times and a bit of a laugh. So hopefully I can arrange that with him again soon. But as I said, I don't think he's the full ticket at the moment, but it'll be good. It'll be good. Hello, Andy's mum. Yeah, I was going to talk about this very briefly, Mr. Tuck. What do you think about the chances of the government screwing us all over again this winter? I've seen Ryan talk about this, and I've seen other YouTubers talk about it. Now, I walked around my local Tesco's today, and I saw people with, the best thing to do, and this is really dirty, is take my sock off to demonstrate. I saw people with one of these under here, and I thought, what the bleeding hell are those things doing out again? Now, they've obviously got that from somewhere. I'm putting my sock back on. And I've seen a few older people, again, having them. And you have this Greek god Eris or whatever it's called. And if you rearrange the letters, you've got rise. Rise of what? It's a bit like the moronic Omicron where they were taking the piss out of us. We're getting these little drip-fed little bits in, aren't we? I mean, at the moment, I've got a little bit of a raspy throat and a runny nose. It's, it's just time of year kind of thing. But they're going to start, trying to subtly tell us little piece by piece that something's coming, and all of a sudden, bang. And now what would interest me is the compliance level. I think it'll be very, very, very low indeed. And Handy Andy's comment there exemplifies that statement that I just made. No one will do it. And then what? Yeah, Sanity Checkers. I had a chat with him earlier, and he's looking at doing some work on his channel, bits and pieces, moving a few things around, jazzing a few things up, and really could do with everyone's support. So pile in and, give him some time as well. Nice chap, and I consider him a friend now, even though we've never met, and I'm sure we'll rectify that situation at some point in the not too distant future. I have to see if I get a job up his neck of the woods. Tony, ID10T. When I used to work in IT, and we used to have to do a diagnostic report, we used to call it an ID10T report, or we used to say the problem is the dumb terminal. And when they used to say the dumb terminal, we used to say, yeah, it's the thing in between the chair and the computer, basically the user. There used to be all sorts of funny little acronyms and stuff we used to come out with. We know what we were talking about. Yeah, Kevin, there's little pieces of information about it out there. They're starting to do it. They're starting to do it. Alex, totally agree with you. I think that's the way everybody feels. That would be great, Andy. Yeah, I don't know how or when or what, but we'll have to try and sort it out somehow. Definitely, Ryan. I mean, this is great, folks. We got 223 in the chat, and that's marvelous for a Sunday night. Actually, we lost 3 as soon as I said that. So, welcome, and please make sure you hit that like button. It's very much appreciated. Are you still doing your 5x5 workout, Andy? I'm not at the moment. I'll tell you for why. I've got a long-standing shoulder issue. Basically, you might not see it on the camera, but this shoulder's slightly dipped over that one, and I've got some kind of nerve issue in the shoulder. I had an MRI scan the other day, which I'm waiting for the results on, and I'm under the orthopedic consultant, and hopefully we can get it sorted out. But I don't have the strength in this arm that I have in this arm. Something's gone a bit wrong. So I'm assuming it's a crimped nerve or something. It's not rotator cuff or anything like that, because I've got full range of movement. I can do it all. I've been tested for carpal tunnel and all sorts of stuff. I've been poked and prodded. But we'll get to the bottom of it. But as soon as it's sorted out, believe you me, I'll be going back to it. I mean, I'm going out and walking. I'm on a diet. I've upped my other exercise to a couple of times a week, which I do, which involves a white outfit and a coloured belt around my waist. It's pretty good, pretty good. But thank you for asking. I hope you're keeping up with yours, because I know we were both doing it at the same time. Let's have a look at some of these other comments. Oh, yeah. Corn Frog, one good lockdown and all those cameras are going up. If we fall for the next one, we're boned. When the first one happened, the route to Gatwick Airport, they were converting it all to smart motorways. There was the M20, the M23, and a little bit in the middle. And it was in a state of disrepair. And then when lockdown was done and we came out again, it was all completed as if by magic. It was so surreal. And it's amazing what can be done when people are out the way. You're dead right on that. Dead right. Tony, my rent's gone up $1,250 a year. Jesus, Tony. I mean, I've been in this house we're in now for 10 years, getting on 10 years, and we're disproportionately cheaper because of how long we've been here. But the price of the rents around this estate are nuts. Tony, for one room at Gatwick. Oh my God. Oh my God. Kay, little kitty, get onto Citizens Advice Online, chat advisor. Get that sorted. Yeah, good advice, Kay. Good advice. I know little kitty has a fair share of issues. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, tomorrow, as I said, from 8 o'clock in the morning, there's a quite a lengthy video coming out about the situation in London, which I hope you find useful. If you see it, please share it and make comments, because it helps get it about. I don't know if any of you use social media as well. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, purely just to promote the channel and promote the videos, really. But if any of you are on there, please look me up, Andy the Gabby Cabby, and follow me over on there as well, because every now and again we spread out and do some bits and pieces. Tad the lad, I've reached a plateau at 150 kilogram squats, which quite impressed with me for my age. Yeah, I got to 110, Tad, with squatting, and that's when I started to get all the problems with my shoulder. So I stopped. Uh, but my overhead press was getting up there quite a lot as well. I couldn't believe what I was lifting, and I had to buy a longer bar because my weights, I couldn't fit them all on the bar I had. Soundwave, 100-year reset will mean house prices will be like 1998. They're down 10 to 15% already. Around here, shed is down 50%. Worth keeping an eye on, definitely. Definitely. What's this? If political parties were serious, they would home in on excess deaths, but they don't. They're all in it together. The established, they are. It's a coordinated play, isn't it? It's almost like a multi-act play with a beginning, a middle, and an end, and we're somewhere in the middle, and we're not quite got to the end yet. And who knows what that end game will be? But there will certainly be one. I don't think we're very far removed from it. Definitely not. But let's have another look at a few more comments, and then we will wrap up proceedings for the evening. Wow. Yeah, we broadcast to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter every Sunday, and we've got about 230 watches at the moment, and I'm very pleased with that. Thank you to everybody that's liked everything this evening, and it helps spread the actual channel out. I understand that the more likes it gets, it's better for the algorithm looks at it more favorably. So it's pretty cool. I appreciate it. Let's just grab another couple of last comments, then we'll wrap it up for the evening. I'm going to go and have that beer as I'm off tomorrow. Who's this? Tech Junkie 68, music and tech. I live in a 3-bed house and I pay at most £140 a month with 3 people living here. That's for your gas and electricity, is it? I pay £150 here. That's purely because I told them that's all they're getting, and come to an agreement with them. Lee Foster, use dumbbells. I might try that, but with some lighter weights, that probably be all right. I mean, I need to start training from September again because there's a thing in December with what I do for exercise, and I need 3 months to train and get myself ready for it. So you might see another chin disappear yet. That's for sure. Is it legal cutting them cameras because it protests? Well, strictly speaking, I don't think it is, but it will continue. Ryan, thank you very much for the $2.99 super sticker. Very much appreciated. I did actually try to get onto your live last night, but I missed you. I literally come on as you were just finishing up, so I just hit the like button and legged it. I'll try and catch you next one. Yeah, Ryan did a live last night, wasn't it? About 7 o'clock, and said he's going to do a few more as well. So I'll try and get over there and support Ryan. Right. One more comment. Gary, that's crazy prices. I only pay at the moment through the summer about £29 a month for gas and electric. I'm in credit by 44, but I do have solar panels and batteries. You got a house or a flat, Gary? I'm assuming a house if you got solar panels up. Thanks, David L. Good night to you. Well, everybody, we're going to call it a night. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Oh, Gary, 2-bedroom house, but there's 2 of us living here. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me tonight, everybody. It's been great having a natter with you all, as usual. This is Andy the Gabby Cabby and his daily Sunday chat. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you give the thumbie up thing a thumbie up on the way out. Yes, I have a big box of, well, you can see in the background, I have a big box of T-shirts and cups and stuff. As I said, I'm not looking to make anything off of them. That's not what it's about. It's just people have asked and someone's kindly done some for me. So if anyone wants one or one of each, get in contact with me privately and we see what we can sort out. Thank you very much for the support for the channel. Very, very much appreciate it. Make sure that all your buttons are pushed all the time to make sure you keep up to date with what we do. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, look out for that premiere video all about some ULEZ truths. And until then, take care. I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.